Hello, you guys. How are you tonight? Happy Tuesday. DIY with Crafty Sarah. This is my page. We're going to do a little ink project tonight. Let me get this plugged in. We're going to use our little iron tonight because I lent my daughter my big one. So we'll see if anybody pops in. Not hot enough yet. Not quite there. I kind of last minute running around like a chicken with my head cut off. Hair looks like a mess. You guys, you know, you take me how you get me. Most times it's a hot mess. A hot, hot mess. I'm not drinking near enough water today. Let's see if we get anybody on. The little iron's hot enough. I see my other girlfriend do shirts and she uses her little iron, so we'll see. We shall see. Whoop, trying to get the wrinkles out, but not doing such a good job. You guys can ink on any textile that there is. I snagged some shirts this week when I went on Friday to see Josh. They had them at Michael's for $5. I'm like, oh my Lord. So I picked up every one in a size large that they had. Every color. One of every color. They weren't all on sale. But, you know, you can't pass up $5. $5 for a t-shirt. I'll take it. Just ironing this out a little bit. It's a V-neck. That's a little bit different than I usually have, but I'm going to go with it anyway. So I need to get my ink mat. I need to label my drawers. I've got a new one, you guys, but I feel like that's going to be so sticky. It's going to kind of bother me. So we'll try this one. So my granddaughter, my youngest, my daughter's youngest is going to start 5th grade tomorrow. And they ordered, every year she wears a shirt. Last year I made her one. It said my 4th grade era. But this year she found one. But they kind of waited too long and they ordered, and I told her when she ordered, I'm like, if you get that, it's going to be a miracle. She got it. She ordered it like on Friday, and she got it today, and it came from Texas. Bless the heart of that person that mailed that out like that, because she was on it, and she got it to her right away. We're going to see, you know what, that's not going to work. I need to go the other way, because here's my transfer. Pumpkin Spice Life. So I'm going to be going this way. Maybe. I think it might work, you guys. I think it's going to work. So if you hop on, give me some floating hearts. Say hi. Let me know where you're from. What'd you do today? What'd you have for supper? Let's have some conversation. This is one of our new transfers. And I'm a pumpkin spice nut. So just saying. I love me some pumpkin spice. So this is a brand new transfer, you guys. And when they're brand new like that, I don't fuzz them or anything when we're putting them on fabric because you want it to be as sticky as it can be. So is that about right? I don't know with a V-neck. I guess we'll find out, won't we? So the colors I chose were orange peel, espresso, and gold. We're going to do the PSL in orange. We will do the pumpkin in orange, and then we'll do the pumpkin spice life in brown, and the little stars in gold. Is that straight? There's my V. I think it could go over just a skosh. Just a hair. So when you're inking, you just want to make sure that you really get your transfer down. No bubbles. That's why you want it to be as sticky as possible. So pumpkin spice life. Oh my gracious. Let me grab a stick. I'm going to stir back here because I don't want to drop it on my shirt. Kind of wish this was a little darker. You guys, I might add a little brown to that. I just think that's really like in your face orange. So I think I'm going to add a little bit of espresso to that. I don't even know how much. Let's just put some in there and stir it up and see what happens. Just going to change my whole color. And then I'll probably wish I had some orange. Yeah, I think that'll be all right. Didn't add too much, but it just kind of toned it down a little bit. Just want to make sure you stir it good because I don't want any brown streaks. I don't want any poop streaks on my pumpkin. Right? No poop streaks on my pumpkin. Hi, Chris. Hey, Lori. Your day was dull. Jim in Walmart. Hi, Holly. Yeah, this is an awesome transfer. So you just want to push, not hard, just but firm, consistently, because you want it to go through. And this is an off-white shirt. I don't do good with white. I don't even think this shirt that I have on, I think it's the first time I've ever worn it. And I put it on to walk this morning. And I left it on. This will be a short live, probably. I did bring out a Charlie Brown thing I could paint, but I tell you, my daughter called me like a few minutes before 8, and I was already running late. And then I decided so she borrowed my big heat press so she could make that t-shirt for my granddaughter. Well, she doesn't know how to run it, and I didn't tell her how to run it. I said, just call me if you get the transfer, and I'll tell you what to do. So I was telling her what to do. I hope it turns out. Next thing you know, they'll be buying a heat press and making their own t-shirts. And that's okay too. I have one of those big industrial ones that go down, you know. My kids gave me that for Christmas one year. That was awesome. I love it. Love it, love it. So I think this brown's going to look pretty with this dark, with this off-white shirt. It's kind of a sand color shirt. I love to ink. I could ink all day long. Need to make some towels. Pillows. Fun stuff. Fun stuff. And inks don't dry as fast as chalks. So you don't have to be like, you don't want it to dry on your screen, but you also have time. Gonna get that little pumpkin down there. And then we'll do the stars. Yeah, Jay, we had fun, didn't we, Chris? We had fun more painting. We're two girls that just like to craft. She comes and hangs out in my shop, and that's fun. I did gold stars. I wasn't sure, but then I thought, you know what? Why not just gold? We'll start to peel. Make sure you don't have any ink on your fingers, and then just start to peel. I pull up the corner, but then I go to the center. And I'm going to just slowly, why isn't that sticking to my, should be sticking to my mat, but it's not sticking so good, is it? Pumpkin Spice Life. Oh my gosh, that's so cute. That's cute. Fall needs to get here so we can wear them, right? So I'm just putting that back on my backer sheet. And you guys, I'm going to spray it with my spray water because you don't want ink to dry in your transfer. It's kind of the pits to get out. You can get it out, but it is not fun. You are scrubbing like a crazy girl. All right, let's dry that a little bit so I can maybe get that out without making a mess. So today we just, hi Diane, today we just crafted. We were in here painting all afternoon, and this morning I walked my 3 miles, and then, you know, unloaded the dishwasher and that kind of crap, made the bed, did the things I have to do so I can get out here and craft. Got some news on Josh today. He had a PET scan yesterday. and they found out that both of his valves have infection on them, and also I think they said the arch of the aorta. But the infection is an acne infection. Isn't that the craziest thing? He's 45 years old and does not have zits. So I don't know how that happens, but they said he's very, very susceptible to it because he has metal valves. His valves are artificial, but they're metal. So my question is, why didn't they have him on something to stop that? Like, why didn't they have him on an antibiotic? Like my kid, like my oldest son took tetracycline for a while for his zits when he was in high school. Why would they not have just given that to him? Just as a preventative. But at least they know what it is. So they kind of know the antibiotic that will take care of it, hopefully. And we'll see. Keep praying, you guys. Keep praying. Can't imagine being without my kid. More so, I can't imagine my grandsons being without their dad, or my daughter-in-law being without her husband. She's way too young to be alone. All right, I'm going to slide that baby out of there. And look, that's why you put the ink mat, because it went through and the orange went through. So I'm going to get a piece of cardboard to put in there, because when I go to iron it, yeah, it's through. I don't want it to go through. So let me grab a piece of cardboard, just right over here for a second. Just something, you guys, to put in there that will take you know, that the paint, it won't matter if the paint comes on it. I just have a piece of cardboard I'm going to slide in there. And some people do like a sheet of parchment paper. That's fine too. Just something to separate your shirt from the front from the back. Okay. Isn't that cute? So I'm going to grab some parchment paper. I have some already ripped. And I'm going to use my little iron today. So I'm just going to go around and, let me see. Hey Siri, set timer for 30 seconds. So I'm just going to go around for 30 seconds and then we'll see how it goes. You could use your iron too, you guys. You don't have to use a heat press. This is just a little iron that my kids got me for Christmas one year. I just like it. You know, if you're just doing something small, or, I don't know, hats, you know, just koozies, things like that. You don't have to use your great big. It's already done. Let's go again. So you can use your iron, set it at the highest temperature your fabric can take. I just have this one set on high. And iron away. And you'll be able to tell when you're done. You can feel it. Oh, it's going to go again. Let's see what we got. Let me cool it down a minute. Isn't that cute? I love that. I will totally wear that. Whew. Yeah, that's, you guys, it's like it almost sinks into your fabric. It's the coolest thing. But look on here. See the orange? So you need to put something in between, especially when you have a t-shirt and you're doing, you know, a color, like this is a lighter t-shirt. Isn't that cute? I love it. I love it. Hey, Laura. Hi, Cindy Lou. Oh, Nurse Laura. My son's going through a hell of a thing right now. Our family has we just don't half-ass anything, do we? My mama would say that. Don't half-ass it. Well, we are not. I wish we could, but we are not. Oh man, I'm so ready for fall. So ready for fall. And we're gonna go camping this weekend, you guys. And it's like gonna be I'm ready. I'm ready to go. Because the evenings it does cool down. I'm not gonna lie. The evenings it cools down. So that'll be nice. You can sit by a fire, enjoy a fire, but yeah, Laura, my son has an artificial aortic valve and an artificial mitral valve, and he's 45 years old, and he hasn't been feeling good for about a month. No, since probably sometime in May. Called the doctor, kind of, you know, said, I don't feel good. I love that, you guys. That is so cute. I'm going to so totally wear that. And they were like, well, you don't have a fever, you don't this, you don't that, so you're probably okay. Well, he wasn't okay. He goes to Italy for 18 days, comes home for a while, had made a doctor's appointment. They couldn't get him in for 6 weeks. When he went in, he found out that he has vegetation on his valves. He has infection. He's had 5 heart surgeries, 4 open heart surgeries. If he has a 5th surgery, it is going to be extremely, what did they say? Extremely risky. Extremely risky is what they say. And we know that. I mean, I'm not stupid. You only get so many times. But they were talking like that was going to be their only choice. Yesterday they did a PET scan to see if he had infection anywhere else, and he does. He has it on both valves and on the arch of the aorta. And they have determined that the infection is what you would have if you have acne. I don't even know how he got that, but whatever. Who am I to guess? And so, he was in the hospital. Yes, he was on IV. He's at home now. They were going to. They told him he had 2 options. He could have his valves replaced. He needed to have his valves replaced. They needed to go in, take them out, take all the infection out, and put clean new stuff in. Well, he has so much mesh in there from previous surgeries and cobbling things together that they told me one time that if they went in there and had to replace all that, there would be a gaping hole because they would have to take all that mesh out and all of those things out and then go from there. So they decided, then they came in and they said surgery would be extremely risky, so they decided they were going to send him home on a PICC line. And he's got 2 antibiotics that he needs to inject into his line twice a day. And then in 6 weeks, they're going to do another TEE and see if the infection has gone down. But in the meantime, they're concerned about pieces of the vegetation coming off of the valve and dropping into his valve and causing him a stroke. So it's been, to say that it's been the shits is like mild. This mom is a nervous wreck, and I don't know. I'm scared to death. So we'll just have to see, you know. hopefully nothing comes off of the valves. That's our first hope. Second hope is that the antibiotic takes care of it. And then their question is, what will they need to do after that? And they say that they could maybe even give him tetracycline for the rest of his life. I think they really want to replace the valves, but they know that that's kind of a sketchy option. So he's at the Med Center in Omaha. He's at a good hospital, and he's got the best doctors. He really does. He always has had. They have a great team, but yeah. Oh yeah, he's very high risk. Yeah, like I tell him, I think you better take the antibiotics because I think we've gone to the limit of. And he told the doctor, he goes, so I've had he goes, I'm not even sure how many heart surgery I've had. He goes, I kind of have lost count. But I said, well, you've had 4 open, and you had another heart surgery where they tried to fix your mitral valve by going underneath your breast. But so I know for sure he's had 5 heart surgeries, and 4 of those were open heart. And they say, once you're opened up, your scar tissue is worse, and you would think it would be easier, but it's not easier. So, yeah, we'll take all the prayers we can get. I'm seriously. So he will go. Let me see here if I have his. Then I have. Nothing makes me madder that I push on Messenger and it acts like it has to load. It's like, what in the world? We'll see here. He goes in September and sees infectious whatever doctors, and then infectious disease doctors, and then he'll get another TEE, and then I think he said on the 22nd he goes and sees his cardiologist again. So they will, and they have recommended that he see at the, oh my gosh, let me see. You'll know it. Being a nurse, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. Oh. What? Oh man, it's making me, I'm not going to do that. It's making me put a password in. Stupid. So yeah, he goes, it's in September. I know the 22nd is when he sees his cardiologist, Dr. Sai. And then it's right before that he gets the TEE, and it's right before that he sees infectious control. But they wanted him to also see a some doctor. It's on my phone, and my phone's there. You're on my phone, so yeah. Yep, he needs. Oh, Diane's a nurse too. I forget about that. Yep, yeah. He's very high risk. It scares me to death because I'm afraid I'm gonna lose him. And we've gone since he was 5 months old. That's when he had his first surgery. He had his mitral valve replaced when he was 5 months old. That was kind of freakish in 1980 because that's like an old person's thing. That's not a young person's thing. But like I said, we don't half-ass anything. It's terrible. I wish we would. Let's just keep praying that he doesn't throw anything off to give him a stroke and that he is not infected anymore. So prayers. Anyway, thanks, Cindy. I am tired. Yeah, it's infectious disease. He'll see infectious disease doctors. Yep. He's going to ask them about, because I said, he told me, he goes, I'd like to know if they found it somewhere else. And I said, he goes, I wonder why they did the PET scan. And then I go, well, you told me it was because they wanted to see if there was any more infection in you. He goes, yeah, but I feel like there's other reason why they did a PET scan. But he did that, yeah. He goes, that was not fun. So he goes, apparently I'm radioactive because there was a sign on his door that said, patient is radioactive. I go, God, you're going to glow in the dark. So, anyway, So my crafting is absolutely saving my day, you guys. Oh, and look at my little scarecrow I made today. I made him today. Is he not the cutest little thing you ever did? See? I love him. I love him. I don't think I did any. What else did I do today? I'm working on more. This is a whole series of these kind of scarecrows. So yeah, that is my saving grace, you guys. It keeps my mind busy. It keeps me busy. I don't think about things. It puts me in my happy place. So there you go, guys. Yeah, isn't he cute? He is so stinking cute. And this whole series is this little guy. Same face, same colors. Of course, you can use any colors you want. But alrighty, guys, that's what I got for you. Thanks so much for popping in. Love my shirt. Gonna wear that. Can't wait for the fun. I can't wear it this weekend. It's gonna be 95 and 97 and something like that. But pumpkin spice is my life. I love it. I love everything pumpkin. So you guys have a great rest of your night, and I will see you probably tomorrow night, because I don't have anything Wednesday, but I think we're gonna head off camping on Thursday. Camping on Thursday, Friday, Saturday, and come home Sunday. So we got the camper pulled out front. I'm gonna have to load her up tomorrow. So have a great rest of your night. I appreciate you guys all so much. I appreciate your prayers and your good mojo for my kid so much. I appreciate it. Amy, I hope your shirt came out okay. I decided to make one, but I used my little iron. So you guys have a great rest of your day. I'll see you next time. Love ya.